All right. And after country, we give our gratitude to all those that make this possible. If we can please flash on screen, the people without whose generosity we would not be here today. To our special partner institutions, senior special partner institutions, corporate members, and individual members, thank you very much for your generosity and support, without which we would not be able to bring you our educational series every week. All right. So for those of you who are joining us this morning, good morning to everyone. And thank you for joining us despite the gloomy weather. And for those of you who are joining us 2 weeks later through our social media uploads, thank you very much. We hope that today's session brings value to you. The Agribusiness and Countryside Development Foundation is a member-supported nonprofit organization. And it is only through your generosity that we are able to do what we do and bring you our educational sessions every week for the last how many decades, I think. So if you are interested in joining us as a member, supporting us and gaining access to our wide range of agribusiness and countryside development organizations, as well as engaging with our speakers in our informal sessions after the sessions that we upload, consider joining us. Send us an email. Our links are in the description. Introduce yourselves and we'd be very happy to have you on board. Okay, so without further ado, may I please call on the chairman of the board to introduce our speaker for this morning. Ernie, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, President Julius. With your permission, I want to make 2 announcements. The first one is that Bayani Fernando just passed away, one of the best public servants I've seen, mayor, congressman, etc. So he's also the son-in-law of one of our key persons here, our institution, Tito Carlos. So let's just pause for a few seconds to pray for him, and maybe to him is such a great guy as he enters heavenly gates. Mr. President, the other announcement is that in the papers, it's spread in 3 media outlets that there is a possible new DA secretary. The reason I mention him is because we at ABCD MAP are in touch with him. His name is Francis Chularel. They know him as Kiko Chularel. And it's been in 3 media outlets, but the president has not yet confirmed it. But it looks like he's the person. I just want to let you know that our foundation representative, namely you asked me to represent the foundation. We're elected chair of the International Trade Committee of the legislated public-private Philippine Council of Agriculture Fisheries. In that light, we have met with him a few times and in close quarters, like in 3-person and 5-person meetings. And we'd like to assure you that if ever he is appointed, he'll be a great asset because he's pro-poor, knows global, and is committed to the nation. That's what we know from our interaction with him. So we'd like to say that if, in fact, the appointment is held, ABCD MAP will have a good link with him because we met him in our capacity as an elected chair from that Philippine Agriculture Fisheries Councils, and there I sit as the representative of ABCD-MAP. So I think our advocacy is very integral chance will go a long way. On that note, I want to say that our speaker is precisely in the area of technology transfer and precisely in the area of using it for governance, because they say that the people are good, but the government can be better. And our actual speaker, unfortunately, is ill and therefore cannot come. Christine Mandigma, she is the CEO and she's the CEO and president of Vibal Group. Representing her is one of her key managers who started in the bottom. She taught to show that she really is interested. So she taught for a few years and then went into this group, and is now an important sales manager there. Her name is Julie Cabando. We are so appreciative that he has joined us. And as usual, Julie, first few minutes, just tell us about yourself, how you got into this. And we'll ask you for your contact number because the people around the world sometimes call. And with Viber, it's free to call. So if you can give us your phone number later, that we can call. And in addition, telling us about how you got into this and why you're committed to this as service to the country. Also, how we can help you. Our departed chair, Ramon Yasori, said, our job is not just to give information, but to try to use the information here to spread our mission of poverty eradication and agribusiness countryside development. So, you know, this barangay thing is very important. We all live in barangays and there's barangay election coming soon. And we should all be involved in the barangay elections. As Joe Concepcion, former NAMFEL head and former secretary of Trade and Industry, who ran for barangay chair, said, it's in the barangay we can really help. And I'm so glad that Julie is in a very great effort to bring governance through technology to the barangays where the action is. So without further ado, here's Julie Cabando with her sharing of how her firm, Vibal Group, and her president, Christine Pandigma, can contribute to a better life, poverty reduction, etc., starting at the grassroots barangay. So without much further ado, Julie, I'd like to give the floor to you and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much, Sir Ernie, for that wonderful introduction. So, yeah, I do believe that this product that we have, the barangay management system, will really empower and enable our barangay officials. And of course, these units are very important in the overall production and of course the governance of our country. So just like what Sir Ernie have mentioned, I've been a teacher for 4 years, and from time to time I've been teaching also to kids. I've been teaching English, but then I've really been part of this Vibal because I believe in their mission to really using the power of technology in making the usual tasks, not just in schools but also in the government, more seamless and automated. Because we believe that there are a lot of processes, you know, in different agencies, various agencies. I've been visiting a lot of them. Of course, presenting our products, and of course, one of them is the barangay management system. And of course, we really come up with this system because we believe that, especially for barangays, no, there are a lot of things that they manage because most people really go to barangay to file their complaints, to ask for help, for aid, and even borrow equipment and facilities for many things that they need in their daily lives. And we believe that with this system, our barangay officials and their team would be able to seamlessly manage these kinds of tasks and activities. Well, basically, no, I would just like to share my presentation because before we proceed, no, to the key features of this system, I would like first to introduce the team or the company behind this wonderful system, which is the Vibe Technologies. Vibe Technologies is actually a technology arm of Vibal Group Incorporated. Vibal Group is actually its main company. It has core businesses in publishing and printing and technology. And then Vibe Technology has come out, you know, to really promote the power of technology over the usual tasks, so that we people can have more face-to-face or personal time with our team and with our people. Because we believe that some of the tasks, you know, that we're doing every day can be done with the power of technology, and then the time that we save can be spent more on dealing with important issues and of course planning the future ahead of us. Especially, I'll say for example, when there's well, there is this one barangay that we have visited, and when they have encountered this barangay system that we had, they were really surprised, you know, to the point, because they said that there's really a lot of things happening in one day. There's different complaints, there's different concerns, and even issuances requests on the documents. But with this system, they can just easily do all that, and they can save time to plan the activities that they would do more, so that their community can even grow and more productive. And of course, they can also come up with other programs, since their usual task is already done in the system. Um, just to give a short background also on this company, let me share my slide. So are you seeing my slide right now?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Yes. All right. So this is the company behind barangay management system is the Vibe Technologies. So we really aim to contribute enabling technology in the communities, because we envision a world where technology is widely used in education, corporate, and government setups. So through constant research po, we have already come up with innovative products and mobile application, not just the barangay management system, because we have also become a serious technology player with records and successes on cloud-based servers, data centers, customized cloud and enterprise solutions, mobile system software development, content digitization, distribution, and other technology equipment and services. So all this because we believe that um, through this through these systems, people will become more enabled, empowered with their designated roles. Even in the barangay setup and even in other government agencies, the bigger ones, we believe that through this system, there would be more transparency, and that there would be more organized tracking, monitoring of all the data and information that they receive every day. So Vive Technologies is a technology our Vibal Group incorporated. So we started with innovative products. Actually, Vibal is or the Vive Technologies started with ebooks. That's just the beginning of that. Before the vision of Vive is just to use technology to empower teachers, educators, and learners in their different teaching and learning styles. Then, of course, as part of or as one of the leading publishers and providers of technology and education solution, we believe that we can even grow more to a provider that also provides technology solutions to corporate and government setup. And that is when we have ventured to different projects. And one of our big successes was the DICT project. And we have also come up with a mobile application for the DENR and the SEAMEO. So this project made us realize that um, there are really government agencies and also corporate companies that really need technology in their daily processes and workflows. That is why now Vibal has been coming up with different systems, and one of it is the barangay management system, because we believe that this system will make the lives of people easier. Just like what I keep on mentioning earlier, this technology will save us time, and that time that we save can be used for planning, for organizing, for thinking ahead, not just with the usual stuff that we're already used doing too. So that's why we really come up with this kinds of system. And now for Bibal, well, Bibal is really one of Philippines leader in education, publishing, printing, and technology. We're really known for textbook. That's why when we've been promoting barangay management system, and we say that it's from Vive Technologies, powered or which is the technology arm of Vibal. And when they hear Vibal, they already know that, oh, it's a company for textbooks, right? And then I remember when I was a kid, we've been using the books from Vibal, and that's true because well, Vibal has been established since 1953. You know, with Ma'am Esther Vibal, our founder and former president, and it's really her aim or goal to really use books back then. No, books has been really the key transfer of learning back then. So we really developed our books to be quality and of course aligned to the curriculum and to the learning competencies of the current curriculum implemented. And now that we have the Matatag curriculum, of course, Vibal has also made its effort to be aligned to that. And as I've mentioned, since our world is fastly changing and it's now into digitization, we have thought that I think it's time now to use technology, to change the usual process and make it more convenient to its users. And that's why we have now verged or grown into technology. So we also have other services like system integration, network design, infrastructure, and also technology solutions for specialist education and government private enterprise with 70 years of experience. So we have been doing this since the 2000. We started with ebooks, then the learning management system, then our projects with government agencies, the mobile applications, the servers, the cloud services, and the human resource information system, which is widely in demand right now, since human resource staff, okay, and departments really need a system to manage their employees. And now here comes the barangay management system, which would empower barangay officials and captains to really monitor and track everything that is happening in their community. So our mission is to make Filipinos more intelligent with books and technology, and of course, to make Philippine government more transparent with technology. As we all know, it's really important for a lot of Filipinos to get involved. Actually, this one good thing with Filipinos, because us Filipinos, we are really into everything that's happening in our community, and we like to get involved. As we were promoting barangay management system, we realized that a lot of Filipinos actually want to really get active in their communities. However, it's just so difficult sometimes because there are too many people who wants to get involved, and sometimes it can also backfire to the barangay officials, because a lot of people would come and go, wanting to do this and that, proposing these kinds of programs, and it's a little bit hard to track as well. And now this system is a life changer for them, because with this system is a lot easier to track projects, monitor complaints, and just track anyone, because it's already here in the system. If you want to verify someone, if that person is part of your community, it's easy. That's why we believe that transparency and governance is very important, and we believe also that technology is a key player to that mission. Okay? We believe that through technology, people will be able to really get involved with the plans, programs, and all activities government officials would like to implement. Just like right now, if we notice with a lot of people now having mobile phones, it's really easy to get involved with community projects and even know about social issues, because it's just one click away. And with that kind of perspective, we believe that with this system, the community, the constituents in the barangay would be more connected. Okay, so this would solve the gaps, no? Because sometimes there would be people encountering issues, but they won't come in their barangay because they feel that it would be difficult, it would be tiring, it would involve a lot of process. But with the system, they just need to go there, file their issue, and that's it. And it will be recorded, and the barangay official, instead of doing all the recording, they can just go ahead and find a solution to that concern raised by the constituent. It's more productive that way, and that is the vision that we are seeing with this system. But personally, as a part of Vibal, no, I've been as I mentioned, I've been visiting a lot of barangays already. I've been into some barangays in Luzon, in Visayas, and Mindanao, and actually there are a lot of different scenarios that they face every day. Some of them, well, in Luzon, most of them would be about complaints. So I'm not sure why, but there are a lot of blotters and complaints and all that. And sometimes barangay officials and even the tenants get stuck with that. And I'm not sure why it's like that in Luzon. However, in Visayas and Mindanao, it would be more about requests for aid. And so that's what our team and I personally noticed. No, it's about requests for medical aid, like asking for ambulance service or borrowing equipment and facilities for events, something like that. I think it's very festive also in Visayas and Mindanao, and because a lot of people would sometimes go to barangay to um borrow facilities or equipment for a certain event or for a certain festival. Usually, barangays are also involved in many festivities. So, well, still, by presenting to them this system, they really believe that it would give them more time, no, to plan actively with leave it there, the system is everything. So if they just go back and take an information or data, it can be easily searched there. So that's what they have shared with me. And personally, I believe that this system will really make not just, of course, the lives of our barangay officials easier, but as I mentioned, the life also of our constituents better. There's more connection because our officials can spend more time talking to them, really getting to know them and their needs, resolving their concerns. And also, these people can just also track what's happening in the community. Because there's a part there where they can see that, so it's a lot easier. And so that's what I personally encountered with this with a promotion, no, of this barangay management system. And personally, as also well, I'm a millennial. I believe that technology has a lot of possibilities and opportunities. You know, the good thing. I've been also in the project management office, by the way, and in the project management office, we help developers make no the a certain system work or a certain system align to the workflow of a certain community or team. And when I've been doing that, I feel that wow, technology can really um align with the things that we do. It doesn't mean that technology can replace us. Well, on that matter, I would really say na no, technology will never ever replace people. That's true. Since while observing also the development of our ICT team or our developers in doing a lot of systems already, I realized that still it is us who dictates what happens and how things happen by using technology, but it doesn't replace us and how we really solve and plan things ahead. No, technology cannot do this. Technology can just well because it is also this artificial intelligence. I think people has also been has a lot of people has been fascinated with AIs already. There's a lot of AIs right now. Even students use it for education, allowing AIs to do their work. And even sometimes in government, like there's a lot of AI that has been already developed for searching, for recommendations and suggestion. But that's only that. They can just do as much like provide suggestions, recommendations, suggestions, search data for you, look up for information you need, but still um the thinking, the planning, the personalization, no, is still done by a human person. That's why we here at Vibal, and I personally believe with the power of technology. However, we still believe that it is us who use technology to really make our lives convenient in the way that we need it, not in the way that technology would control us. It shouldn't be the way that way around. No? It should be us controlling technology. And that's why with this barangay management system, no, we believe that this will just empower and enable barangay officials, but not replace them. It will never replace our barangay officials because these people are the ones that will really move communities. And this barangay management system is just a system that supports these people, these dedicated people, these passionate people in serving, of course, our constituents, the Filipinos. Now, I think I've mentioned a lot of things, no, about our mission, our vision, what we would like these barangay management system to do for the people. But what are the key features? No, what are the things that these people can really do with the barangay management system? So, barangay management system, just to provide an overview, no, it's actually not just a database, but also a management system that will help our barangay officials to automate and streamline various processes. Well, barangays are local government units responsible for providing basic services. As I mentioned a while ago, when I was visiting a lot of barangays, they keep on telling us na, ay grabe, ang dami naming mga complaints na nare-receive everyday and sometimes dun palang pagod na kami. You know, there's a lot of officials saying that sometimes just listening to these complaints, monitoring, recording them, issuances like cedulas and the barangay certificates, it already takes your time. You know, digging up the files, digging up the archives. Well, some of them are using Excel and laptops. Of course, we are in a digital era. Of course, they've been using that. However, still they need to look on a certain file and they just search it there. But of course, it would be a mix up of data since they would just be the ones organizing it. And now, as I mentioned, since this barangay management system is really designed, no, and aligned to their usual processes in the barangay, it's really there to help them make searching issuances easier. No? So now the good thing with this barangay management system is that it's purely offline. No? So when I was introducing this in the Visayas and Mindanao areas, I think one of the things that the barangay captains have mentioned to us, no, talagang worried sila that time, was the internet connection. Well, it's true that in some areas, sometimes internet would really fluctuate, no? Sometimes there's intermittent internet in some areas, especially the far-flung areas. And of course, there are barangay, still, there are barangays over there. So one of their worries is the internet connection. As you can see here in my slide, the good thing with BMS is that it's purely offline. So it's purely offline and then they can just access it within the barangay facility. Because another concern that the barangay officials are worried is about hacking, no? Since, systems that are accessed through the internet has the possibility to be hacked. That's true. But the good thing with barangay management system is that it runs over Ethernet. So it's not internet, it's Ethernet. So Ethernet is a network inside your company, your perimeter. So that's a good thing about that. So if ever hacking is done, it's just done by, well, of course, one of your colleagues in the department or in that team, but it cannot be done by someone outside because it's access only inside your perimeter. And of course, with the data, of course, there are provisions for the data privacy policy. We follow that, of course. So there are a privacy level for the accounts of its users, and they are the only ones who can manage and access it. So that's a good thing about that. So the usual worries about internet and the hacking and the privacy are also because BMS is already designed to address those concerns. So that's the good thing about that. So even if you're If your barangay is nearby a shore, it's far away, or it's in the mountain, no worries, because barangay management system would run even if you're in that area. So of course there are a lot of barangay officials. No, I mean there are different designation and roles, and that's why we have also come up with different user roles. So we have a system administrator who oversees all the transaction, the system settings, what manages the user accounts. We have the clerk, which manages the certificate issuances and other projects and events of the barangay. And of course, we have the medical personnel who manages the medical records and generates records for referral of patient to other clinic and hospital. So each of the barangay will have their own URL. So you need not to worry if, for example, what happens if the other barangay sees our data? That's when the data privacy. As I mentioned, you will only be able to access it within your perimeter, so no worries about that. So you have your own URL, you have your own perimeter, so no worries. And if you're seeing right now that it's Barangay San Juan Management System, again, no worries in that, because these logo and other details in the landing page can be customized by you personally through the system admin account. Okay, so you just need to log in your username and password, and that will be provided by Vibal. Since you're the administrator, say for example, you're the barangay captain, so you will just need to log in your username and password, and then you can manage your barangay management system. Now, the good thing with the barangay management system, again, is when you log in, you can already see the important statistics that you need. Say, for example, here, upon logging in, you can already see the household statistics, the constituent statistics. So you can easily see how many of in your constituents are PWD, senior citizen, OFW, and etc. So it goes on there. So there are a lot of statistics in the dashboard, so you can just easily view, hover your mouse, and then you can easily see how many of them belongs to that category. So this is how the dashboard is designed to help barangay captains easily see the data, important data about their constituents. Now, of course, since we have an exclusive role, which is the administrator who manages the overall system, there are certain modules that is exclusive for the system administrator. So we have the utilities, which has this following modules. So we have the system settings, we have the data lookup management, the barangay officials and staff, the users, the database backup, the visitors QR code generator, and the audit trail. See, so even the guests, the visitors in your barangay can be managed through the barangay management system. So for the queries and reports, we also have the household and constituents, daily time record of your barangay officials, visitors log, barangay projects, events, facility reservation, and equipment. So all the things happening in barangay can be managed by the system administrator. So just a sneak peek, no, of how the interface looks like. It's like this. So for the utility system settings, and there you go, you can change the barangay logo, you can change the municipal logo, you can change the city and municipality and other details so that it will be displayed on your personal BNS. So it's like you're really owning the system. So halimbawa, your barangay Santo Domingo, so you will see their barangay Santo Domingo management system. Say, for example, your barangay Obrero management system, barangay Muzon management system. And then you can also see there if from what province or region is that, because you can also set that one through this system settings. Now for the data management, you see there the red box, you can see there barangay term, the positions, purok, facilities and equipment. So for the barangay term, you can state here the starting date. So the good thing with the barangay management system is that it's not exclusive to a certain term. Okay, so just to clarify with that, because some officials will also ask about that. They will say, if project namin to, this is our project. What will happen now if I'm gone? If say for example, it's not my term on the next elections, what will happen? no worries. Your barangay official or the next leader, the next barangay captain will still be able to use it. So the next barangay captain will just need to set this up again and no worries because all the projects that has been done in the previous year is acknowledged to that person while the moving forward projects is recorded under that next administration. So it's really clear to see who have initiated this project, who have done this project, who have solved this complaints, this blotters, when has this certain issue have been raised and when was it solved. So it can be seen there in the barangay management system. So it's all here in the barangay term. So no worries if you feel that it was just in that term and then in the next term or the next administration they will be no longer they will not be able to use it. So no, still they can use it. Now for the positions, I'm not particularly sure about this, no, but is a barangays, there are certain designations and position that is um not available in other barangays, especially for the medical personnel. Sometimes there are no medical personnel in that area. But of course, they have the regular ones like the clerk or the secretary, the treasurer, they have those people, but sometimes it's just a few people. No, I'm not particularly sure why, but still, you can set it all up here in the positions. So you're the system admin, you can do that. So you can just set up the available designations and position you have in the barangay. For the purok, yeah, we have the purok here, so you can list the purok and the leaders assigned per purok. And we also have the facilities. So just like I mentioned, especially in Visayas and Mindanao, there have been a lot of organizers and people would come to their barangay to borrow a certain facility, especially also I think the SK, no? Sometimes or the young people there or even the students, no, would borrow the gym or the court, no, for a certain event or practice or rehearsal, something like that. So yeah, we have the facilities so that they can easily track who borrows the facility and up to when. And for the equipments, yeah, you can also list down here all the equipments that people are allowed to borrow from you. No, say for example, the speaker, the microphone, the sound system, or sports equipment like basketball ball or the net, something like that. So you can also list all of this. So you can also ensure that this borrower will be able to return it to you. Okay, because I think one of the it's not really funny, no, but it's just I find it amusing sometimes, no, some of the barangay officials have shared with us in Vibal when we were presenting this. One of their issues sometimes is that they keep on spending, no, funds on equipment. But when someone borrows it, since I've mentioned there's a lot of activities in barangay sometimes especially during festivals, it's at their peak, no. Sometimes they will not be able to monitor all the equipments that they've already released for borrowing. And sometimes it's really hard to track. And some of the equipments can be expensive, no? So especially there's one barangay that we have talked with, no. One of the most expensive thing that they have lost is a speaker, a big portable speaker, and they can just not track anymore who borrowed it. So and we said that that's why we have also included that in our barangay management system because we believe na uh, we need to of course save the funds for more for better projects or not really better but for other projects no that would really help people and since if you keep on losing this equipment then you will keep on buying them because you need them. So at least with the barangay management system, you can track who borrows that thing and when they will return it. Yan. So, yun. So, there's a lot of things that are missing sometimes. So, yun. At least in the barangay management system, you can track it. Next is, yeah, the system administrator can also set up the barangay official and staff. So this is where you can put on the specific name of the person assigned to a certain designation or position. So say, for example, I'm the secretary, so you can tag me there, Julie Ann, and then secretary. So I would see that, I'm the secretary, the head doctor, the treasurer. So yeah, you will see who are your barangay officials in a glance. Then next is of course here in the users you can add or delete a user account, and this is also one of the amusing things that the barangay officials have shared. Well, some of them are not what do you call this, they're not technology or digital natives. Some of them, and I would say what will happen if I forgot my password? That's always the concern. So, well, that's not really a big concern here in the system because the administrator can always reset the password for them. Okay, so since again it's not done over the internet, no, the administrator is the only one who can help you when you forgot your password. It's actually another security feature because it would also be because sometimes no, I'm not sure if you have experienced this, but sometimes when you have a lot of applications that you have already logged into, and then sometimes this there would be random messages in your email or your text that somebody is trying to reset it. No, so at least with this feature, is only the administrator who can reset the password for you. So not even you can reset the password outside the perimeter. So just inside. So you need to come to the barangay, report, and say that you forgot your password. So your administrator can help you out. Now, YBMS Streamlines automates various barangay processes such as data gathering, project tracking, case records, and monitoring. So as I mentioned in the dashboard, you can already see the number of households in your barangay, the number of constituents belonging in the PWT, the senior citizen, OFW, employed, and members of 4Ps, etc. And of course, the voter details and other things. And then here, we can also see the project details, and you can also attach the pictures. Yeah, so say for example here, the Barangay Dental Mission 2023. It's a yearly initiative of the barangay. It started September 29. It was accomplished September 29 as well. And here are the remarks. It was successful. There were these attendees. So you can, well, anyways, it's up to you what information you put on the remarks. And then you can already see the pictures. You can attach pictures for the proof. And then you also have, sorry, before I proceed to that, we have here the case management. Just like what I've been mentioning, one of the things that takes up the time of our barangay officials are the complaints, the blooders. Sometimes, especially in Luzon, particularly in Manila, in Quezon City, and in also in Ilocos region, Bulacan, the barangay officials there have shared with us that sometimes they would spend the whole day just mediating people who have raised concerns and complaints. And of course, we wouldn't want that, no? Digging the piles, the archives, just to track when was this filed, how was this solved, sometimes it really takes time. Actually, personally, I've experienced that. Just to share with you guys, there was this neighbor was complaining that what they call this, because it's about the drainage. It's like we're not allowing them to use the drainage, which is actually for public use. Of course, we cannot do that. However, the problem is they're the ones who keep on throwing garbage in the drainage, and supposedly shouldn't be like that because it will, clog sooner or later. So what they did was they filed a complaint against us. It's funny. So, well, since it's just a complaint, there were no call from the barangays because it's just the first I was just filing a complaint, and then we already sent a message that we didn't do that, and here are the proofs. So that's it. And then I think 2 years later, here that neighbor, that same neighbor, filed another complaint, and this time demanding that we attend a mediation session with them. So the funny thing there was it's not the same barangay captain anymore. So it took them I think 3 to 4 hours just to dig up the archive of when was it the last time that neighbor filed a complaint against us, because I'm not sure, but in our barangay, kasi what they do is that after the term of the previous administration, they pile it up in their archive room. So all the complaints are there. in papers. They just have the title in Excel. So, but they don't really have the, just like this, who's the respondent, who's the specific case, just like what you're seeing in my screen right now. It's not like that. No, they only have the case number, the nature of the case, when was it filed, in the status. That's all they have in the Excel, so that they would have the information. So it's difficult for them. So they've been searching 3 to 4 hours. We've been waiting, and then after that, we talked for another 2 hours, and it almost took a whole day from us already, waiting for 3 to 4 hours, and then 2 hours the discussion, and probably another 30 minutes for the settling, for the signing of papers and everything. So it's basically 6 hours, almost 7. It's like a regular working day already. No, and the good and not really worse, no, but another part there is that it's on a weekday. So people who have been called need to file a leave. And most of the and the time spent for that leave is mostly for waiting. So, and while the barangay officials here in Luzon, yeah, they've mentioned, sometimes they would spend times like that, whole day, just mediating people, looking for files when these people have filed this stuff yet. So that's a little bit difficult. So with this, the case management system, you can easily see what are the complaint details, when was the settlement of award, when was the date of settlement of award, what is the status. So it's easily seen there. So you just need to look up for the case number, and that's it. Or just any information there. Kasi the good thing with barangay management system is not just based on the case number. You know, just type the nature of the case and just search over the nature of the case and from where it is. That's it. So yeah, we believe that the system is really a life changer. Really make our barangay officials more productive. They would be able to spend more time in planning programs and activities for the communities, to get more involved, actively involved, because these recording stuff, there's tracking and monitoring stuff can be done easily in the system. So they would not need to spend hours, minutes of just doing searching, looking up for info, because it can be done just one click away. So that's a good thing with the barangay management system.
Okay, Bernie, yeah, go ahead.
Julie, my question is the BMS working also on financial transactions like revenues, expenses, financial reports, etc.? Because I think that's parang area of concern.
Yes, ma'am, that's a great question. Of course, there's also facility there for financial reports. So, of course, the barangay official can track the usage of funds, and of course the incoming fund as well, from the transactions that they do usually, because of course for the document issuances, there are fees, right? So that can also be seen there in the system. How much does the people pay for the certain issuances, and how much does the barangay earn from these transactions. And of course, if ever there would be spendings, that can also be tracked here in the barangay management system. So they can see where the funds go to, especially if it's for a project, a certain activity. So there was also a part there in the presentation where presented the projects and activities. So if there was a fund used there, it can also be stated there in that certain part, or in that module.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks. Thanks very much, Bernie. Are there other questions from the audience? Okay. Seeing none, maybe with the few minutes that we have left, Julie, you can give us left in the formal session. We still have the informal session after this. But maybe you can tell us a bit more about some of the other features of the as you've mentioned of your system, or other case studies that you have with how it's used, it's how it's been successfully used. You're mute. You're mute.
Okay, sorry. So our first user is actually from Bataan. It started with an exclusive partnership with one of our developers. And since they have a contact with one of our developers, that barangay captain has raised that they need a certain system that will make all their usual routines and transactions easier. So with a couple of months testing out all the workflows that needs to be implemented in the system, it has successfully turned into this. No, so well, actually, we have been promoting this since then, since the first usage of that barangay. However, when we were promoting this, some certain barangay officials were not able to avail of it yet, since there's this coming election. So I'm not sure, but it's something related to the fund, I think. So they cannot spend a fund yet to availing this system. So they told us that probably they would avail of this after the elections. I think this is also one way to ensure that there will transitions in the usage of the system. It will be much easier that way. So that's why since elections will be coming this October 30, a lot of barangay officials have already been contacting us, no, to present again, um and also to present a proposal about this barangay management system. Yes, there's a question po from Sir Oscar.
Yeah. Oscar, sure, come in.
Yeah. How does Vibal, your company, get compensated for setting up a system? In other words, is it a one-time charge that you charge a barangay, or do you do this like a per usage or per click or whatever?
Yes,
I
yes.
suppose you have to live. I mean, you
Yes, yes. Well,
it's
for
nothing's free in this
since
world, di ba? I understand this. So how do you go about it?
yes, yes, yes. So if there are no customizations needed for the system, then we just charge one time for this system. Our representatives or our sales representatives send a proposal that will work for them. Well, in some cases, some barangay officials will not be able to purchase it with one-time billing. So sometimes it's progressive billing, but for customized setups, then it's really progressive, because there would be some clients who prefer to add features that really works for them. No, I'm not particularly sure why they need those certain features, but there are some that would want this to be integrated, this certain workflow to be added. So of course that would also be if it's really a big major change in the system, we charge for that. But if it's something minor, then we do not. Because of course, we believe that if it's something that we can offer
Uh,
for free, we give it for free to our clients.
for example, in the case of the Samal actual client,
Mm.
could you give us more or less a ballpark figure? How much is the charge for, well, whatever? So, eventually there has to be a discussion really on
Mm.
economics.
Mm.
So,
Yes, yes,
it's
yes.
importante.
All right. So usually
Uh,
we offer this at, wait, let me confirm. Let me just confirm the current price for this. Usually I don't do the negotiations for sales, although I'm the digital sales manager. It's actually my colleagues who do really the contracts. So let me just check with one of our agents.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, my question is, was there an attempt to sell it to DILG and have the DILG fan it out to the different barangays?
We haven't presented yet, but our government and enterprise representative have already keep in touch with them. But I think when we were presenting it along with our other technology solutions, they were interested with our other projects. So they're more interested with that. That's why we haven't discussed at the barangay management system in detail because they were interested in another project or another service that we offer.
Kasi I think that would be the logical way to go.
Yes, ma'am. Opo. We have also done efforts to keep in touch with them regarding this system. However, when we were presenting our other technology services, they were more interested in that. Because I've mentioned that we also do cloud services and other information system management. That's why they've been discussing those other systems.
How does the ICT feel about your getting in? Aren't they supposed to be the one providing government?
Actually, for the DICT naman po, ma'am, we have also a project with them. That's why they know that we are actually a technology solutions provider. They're also actually our project with DICT is one of our biggest project, which is the cloud services and the cloud data management that we have done there. So that's why they already know that we have been also keep in touch with the other agencies regarding system development po talaga.
So how are we with the information that Oscar's looking for?
Yeah, okay. Going back to that, so Sir Oscar, about the estimate price for this barangay management system is actually 600,000. So it's not really fixed because there would be other bundles that we can add into that, and that's why. So that's actually just the estimate price for that, sir.
How much was it again? 600?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
6,000.
Yeah, because my worry is that some barangays might not be able to afford it. You know what I mean?
Yes, I
So,
understand. Yes po. That's why we have been coming up with proposals naman po to, of course, try not to negotiate how it can be availed of by other barangays po.
have you done work with any barangays, say closer to, I mean, in Manila, for example, Metro Manila barangays or something?
Let me check po with our data officer if we have other projects because the one that I know, the one that is successful that I've been discussing a while ago was with the barangay captain of Balanga Bataan. Other than that, let me know if let me check po with if there are other projects po with this.
Okay. Well, I think maybe we can reserve that for the informal session since we're already a little bit over
Yeah.
time.
Okay. Yeah.
The formal. Okay. So in any case, so I think we can end your presentation first for a bit, Julie, so that we can end our formal session. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm just going to say a few things so that we can end the formal session that we post online. But please stay on because we'll move into the informal session. That one's unfortunately not given out for free. And for those of you who are joining us 2 weeks later through our social media, yes, this is the extent of what you can access for free, quite unfortunately. So first, let's let's show our certificate of appreciation to Vibal. All right, so the Agribusiness and Countryside Development Foundation, in partnership with the Management Association of the Philippines, together with our special partner institutions, senior special partner institutions, corporate members, and individual members, present the certificate of appreciation to Julie Ann Cabando, for her invaluable support in the advocacy and promotion of agribusiness and countryside development, and for her commendable and unselfish services rendered to this foundation as our resource speaker, given on our 37th weekly online meeting of 2023, given this second day of October in Makati City, Philippines. Signed, Ernie Ordonez as our chairman and myself as our president. Okay, and I'd like to invite everyone to just turn on your cameras for a quick group photo, so that we can document that we are indeed here today. And Robert? Okay, Vian, you can count if you can count us in.
All right po. 1, 2, 3, smile. Thank you po.
All right, thanks very much for that. And let me see. For those of you who do have to go ahead, this does end our formal session.